It's interesting when you start to peel back how a mortgage is manufactured. It's very much like a sausage factory, right? So at the end of the day, the sausage tastes good, but you never want to look into how it's made because the answer is nobody knows. And what we found is this person's doing it this way, it used to be done at their company that way, and it's a little bit of Frankenstein put together, which ultimately leads to chaos. And so we used to have those end of the months where the disclosure didn't go out, my loan's not clear to close, we have to push the date, the borrower's upset. And we couldn't stand it. And we said, there must be a better way. And frankly, there was a lot of people in the mortgage industry who said, that's just the way it is. Rich, you guys you're expecting too much, it can't be done. Well, I didn't like getting phone calls at Friday at 5 o'clock from our loan officer freaking out because the clear to close didn't go out or the CD didn't go out. So we stepped back and we looked at it and said, wow, manufacturing loans is really just an algorithm. And we can get really clear, and we know, meaning we should, as leadership, as a company, we should know exactly what should be happening on each loan every day. So we build an algorithm that tracks that and says, okay, by the end of the day, today, Thursday, here's where every loan should be. And so cool, we defined that for everybody and we went and did it. Well, that was our service level agreements, but nothing really happened. And we said, okay. Well, if you've ever heard that people don't do what you expect, they do what you inspect. And so we realized, we need to introduce leadership into this. We need to introduce accountability. And so our culture at Princeton Mortgage is based on freedom and responsibility. So freedom is the prize of responsibility, but accountability is its cost. And so while we'd set expectations for everybody and said, here's what's supposed to happen in all of our loans, there was no mechanism so that if we weren't achieving that, so that we could learn. And so at Princeton, we say we measure so that we can learn. So we started to measure, and then we started to run a report at 4:45 every day that said, cool, is every loan exactly where it's supposed to be? And if it's not, then the entire ops management team has to get on a phone call together at 5 p.m. Eastern, where we go through those problem loans and we say, what happened? And we want to attack it, the case at hand. What do we need to do on this loan right now so we can get this fixed? And two, how can we solve this solution at the systemic level so it doesn't happen again? And we launched this in the middle of the pandemic when loans were falling from the sky. Those first couple of phone calls, for the first 60 to 90 days, sometimes there were 2.5-hour phone calls. We'd get on the phone, the ops managers, nobody would know what was going on, what's wrong with this loan, who's responsible for it, and there's a lot of finger pointing. But we always say we'd rather have short-term discomfort over long-term dysfunction. So we kept meeting. Now we got to a point where we cancel happy hour, which means every loan is exactly where it's supposed to be, 45 to 50 times out of every 60 days. So out of a given quarter, almost 50 of those days, every single loan, whether it was a disclosure, a CD, moving into processing, moving out of underwriting, whatever it was that needed to happen to that loan, it's happening the overwhelming majority of the time. And we no longer have end of the month drama. Sales always knows where their loans is, and it creates this really great relationship between operations and sales because sales has confidence that what is supposed to happen to their loan that day will happen and knows that it's automatically escalated up to management. So what I hold management accountable for is, hey, we're going to hang out, and if we have to, management will dig in and we will get those loans done before the day is over, because at Princeton Mortgage we define integrity as doing what you say you're going to do. So happy hour has been this amazing tool that really helps everybody to thrive because you can count on the person to your left and you can count on the person to your right that we're going to get our job done. And so at Princeton Mortgage we've built it all around every loan, every day.